Sorry, I just added him. He joined. Hi, Sitar.
Hello. Hi, Mehrnaz, Fatima, Priya. How are you?
Yeah,
Hi,
good.
Sat.
We were just waiting for you to get started.
Hi, Seta. I'm Noor. I think we can start now.
All right. Hello, everyone. First of all, thanks for waiting. And we are towards the end of the symposium, and this is the last event of the symposium. Finally, the last event. So yeah, today's event is just for 1 hour. First, we'll have a bit of panel kind of thing, and because we are announcing the awards, and we would be playing the winning presentations, and then we'll have particular society chairs talking about their sessions. And after that, we would leave it to be a bit interactive, and we'll add you all to the panel. You can, whoever stays afterwards the end, they can just network and they can talk to each other if you like. That's what we are thinking of for a rough idea about today's session. And yeah, without any delay, let me just start with the very first thing. We have Fatima Jalali, who is industrial liaison for Victorian section, and who is also organizing co-chair for one of the organizing co-chairs for the symposium. She would be giving a brief introduction to the symposium. And then after that, she would tell you the little idea about the symposium. Uh, Fatima is working with IBM, and she's a strong advocate of gender equity, STEM education, and also inclusion. Thanks, Fatima, for being here, and the screen is yours.
All right, thank you very much, Noor, for your kind introduction. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining this closing ceremony. It's my honor to be here with you today and to be in this virtual closing ceremony of this symposium to celebrate what we've achieved during the last 9 weeks. As you all know, this symposium was a series of technical talks and also hands-on workshops on IoT and the related topics to IoT. And the initial plan was to have it over 8 weeks, but because of the amazing feedback that we've got from our participants, the hardworking committee extended it for 1 more weeks to have a few more technical talks and interesting talks. So the symposium is sponsored by IEEE Victorian section, but to be more specific, 3 IEEE groups in Victoria work together to make it happen. So IEEE Victoria CIS, IEEE Victoria IoT, and IEEE Melbourne Uni Student Branch worked hard together to make it happen. We are very delighted and honored to host all those fabulous talks, and we had knowledgeable and amazing hosts from both industry and from academia, people from Australia in different cities, and also we had the speakers from outside of Australia, which was amazing to have them. So as you know, we had different topics to cover. Our guest speakers covered different topics in IoT, because as you know, IoT is such a broad term, and it covers many aspects, from software, hardware, communications, analytics, and different applications and use cases. So our speakers, each of them showed the importance of each of the topic and shared their knowledge and their expertise with us. I really would like to thank all of them because of their time, and also because they shared their knowledge and expertise with us. And also, I would like to thank all of the participants, all of you that joined throughout these 9 weeks. And you also contributed a lot. You asked questions, you made the sessions interactive by all the questions and chat and feedbacks and comments. And honestly, without you guys, this kind of events, it's not meaningful. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for making the sessions interactive. And last but not least, I also would like to thank all the organizing committee. It wasn't easy to host such a symposium virtually over such a long period of time, like 9 weeks. I really would like to thank all of the people that helped us and support us to make it happen. But more specifically, I would like to thank a few people. I would like to thank Noor, Shaik. She was helping us and supporting us throughout the event in the background, and she did an amazing job. Sattar Saifolai, he also helped in different ways, and he hosted a few sessions. He invited guest speakers, and he did a great job. And also Priya Rani, you know her because she ran most of the talks, and she was very active, but even in the background, she did a great job and she worked hard. And also I would like to thank Mehrnaz Shoustarian. She's the chair of IEEE Victorian section, that she supported us very well. So without like the great support that we have from the organizing committee, from you and from the guest speaker, it wouldn't be possible to have such an amazing symposium. I would like to thank all of you. All right, thanks. That's it from me. I'll hand it over to the next one.
Thanks, Fatima. Thanks for the wonderful talk. Thank you for explaining the relevance of the symposium. And we have Mehrnaz now, the general chair of the symposium, and beyond that, the chair of the IEEE Victorian section, who would be just giving a brief overview of the symposium and then announcing the awards. And after that, we would be playing the presentations. Just a little more introduction about Mehrnaz. She's with Bionics at the moment, and she's doing a dual role of commercialization as well as researcher there. And apart from that, she's very dynamically handling the Victorian section and all the IEEE teams too. Thank you so much, Mehrnaz, for being here. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Noor and Fatima. I'd also like to thank definitely all the attendees. Obviously, these series of talks and workshops were held for attendees, so hopefully you've enjoyed them and found them useful. And of course, the volunteers that Fatima mentioned, who have been really dedicated and worked very hard to run this symposium. Just a few highlights from the symposium. There were 30 Australian speakers from established industries like Microsoft, but also from startups like telepresence robots, and also academia, like the University of Melbourne. Also, there were international speakers at the symposium from the University of Florida and MIT, so quite a broad range of speakers. The symposium, as Fatima mentioned, in true pandemic style, went for 2.5 months without any cancellations. So congratulations to all the amazing volunteers who organized all that. And I've been told that if you missed any events, the good news is that the YouTube recordings will be ready soon, and you can add to your New Year's resolution to go over all the talks that you missed on YouTube. As you know, there was also a poster competition as part of the symposium, where students, young professionals, and early career researchers were invited to submit their technical projects in the fields of data analytics, Internet of Things, and COVID-19 related technologies. And I'm now very pleased to announce the winners. In the students category, the winning poster was Stay Safe, Face Mask Detection Technology. Congratulations to this team from RMIT and their automated face mask detection technology. In second place, we had the COVID-19 smartwatch. Congratulations to the University of Melbourne team for this great project. They developed a monitoring device with a focus on hotspot areas of virus transmission. And in third place, we've got identifying potential clusters for COVID-19 vaccination in the United States using county level data. And this was also a project from RMIT. So congratulations to all. In the young professional category, we have RoboMask in first place. This winning team is from all the way from Sudan, and their work has also been featured in IEEE Spectrum. So big congratulations. And in second place, we've got personalized real-time meditation assistant. And this was from a team at the University of Melbourne who developed an automated meditation guide for mindfulness during the pandemic crisis. Well done to them. In the early career researcher category, in first place, we've got artificial neural network and least squares regression-based electronic nose system using MOX gas sensor array. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Congratulations to the researchers at the University of Melbourne who won first prize for this project. In second place, human device interaction behaviors in IoT collectives. And this is a research team from Deakin University who has won for their IoT work on human device interaction involving Internet of Things. There was also the data analytics workshop contest. We had a total of 5 sessions in the workshop, with contests being released after the 4th session. We received a total of 8 submissions in 2 weeks, and here are the winners. The first prize for data analytics workshop goes to Mr. Jarrett Collette, the graduate researcher in biomedical engineering at the University of Melbourne. Jared also participated in the IEEE Extreme competition, which is a global programming competition, and was ranked 4th in the Victorian section. Congratulations, Jared. And yes, we also had a Best Women Coder Prize for Miss Miao Sun, academic researcher at the University of Melbourne. Again, she was also a participant in the Extreme Programming competition and ranked 3rd in the Victorian section. Congratulations, Sunny. The second prize in data analytics goes to Mr. Duncan Bailey, who's a graduate student at RMIT. We are aware that it hasn't been easy during this pandemic to maintain productivity levels, and all of you have done an amazing job, and we wish you all the best for your future work.
Thank you, Mehrnaz. So now we will proceed with playing the presentations, the 3-minute Ignite session. So I think the poster competition students and everyone else who submitted, they are aware that we also asked for 3-minute presentations. So we have 3-minute presentations from all of the posters, but then we will be playing the videos for the first 3 students category winners, and then 2 for YP and 2 for ECR. So the first one is from the students category, to Stay Safe Face Mask Detection Technology.
This year, the COVID-19 virus has proved to be a large challenge due to its highly contagious nature. This is backed by data from the World Health Organization illustrating that approximately 57% of national coronavirus outbreaks globally are due to community transmission. So we know that face masks are definitely going to be a part of our collective new COVID normal. This is going to pose a problem for businesses who will need to help their employees comply with the new regulations. These changes will impact all sorts of businesses, from office settings to retail and hospitality venues. So how do we make it easier for businesses to get back to normal quickly while keeping their employees and patrons safe? So what might this solution look like in your workplace? For those working in office and retail spaces that currently use computerized access control systems, our solution can be integrated into pre-existing computer login processes. For those frequently moving around large warehouses, retail sites, and meeting rooms, Physical checkpoints can be run on tablets upon entering new spaces. For those frequently on the go delivering items, on call-outs, or just needing an extra reminder, our solution could be integrated into the unlocking of company phones. Let's see how Stay Safe can be implemented in a workplace. When the employee tries to sign in without a face mask, the application detects that he is not wearing a face mask, and it denies him from entering the workplace. Now the employee is wearing a face mask, and the application detects it and allows him to enter the workplace.
Now let's discuss the methodology we followed to create the models for Stay Safe. We collected all open data from Kaggle and used augmentation techniques to address the imbalance between data of different classes. A pre-trained network MobileNet v2 was fine-tuned to create our classifier, which was later optimized using Adam Optimizer to produce a higher frequency by updating the weights of the network iteratively. With the two-class model being able to detect mask and no mask images, we achieved an accuracy of 99.29%. We also implemented it using OpenCV, as you can see in figure 1. The three-class model can also detect incorrect mask images. We used F1 and recall metrics for model evaluation due to an imbalance in data across classes. We were able to get an F1 score of 0.7 and a recall of 0.65 for the incorrect mask class. We implemented it inside an Android application that is able to detect incorrect mask images.
Sorry, the last part of it was cropped off because it exceeded the 3-minute time that was given. The next one in the student category is a COVID-19 smartwatch.
Hello, welcome to our presentation on the COVID-19 smartwatch. Hello, welcome to our presentation on the COVID-19 smartwatch. COVID-19 swept throughout the globe, causing a magnitude of mortality and morbidity, and as time went on, transmission of the virus primarily was due to community interactions. For example, 33.8% of confirmed Australian cases were locally acquired. As a result, looking towards reducing community transmission became paramount in eliminating the virus. The COVID-19 smartwatch presents as a programmable monitoring device that is distributed to individuals within hotspot areas. It targets vulnerable communities through equipping them with the technology needed to monitor their own health and assess their real-time risk of COVID-19, whilst providing doctors with a continuous, personalised monitoring system that can preempt outbreaks. The aims of the COVID-19 smartwatch include addressing any lack of COVID-19 education within community members by presenting up-to-date symptoms they are required to monitor for, provide community members with a constant reminder to monitor their health during the pandemic due to the fast-paced nature of the virus, provide quick identification of at-risk individuals through symptom-based monitoring, whilst requiring essentially none or minimal effort from the individual to limit infectivity time within the community and ultimately reduce community transmission and so COVID-19 harms through increased community monitoring.
The COVID-19 smartwatch composes of three main features: a system questionnaire, temperature monitoring, and data transmission. The symptom questionnaire is seen here. The user is presented with 8 of the most relevant symptoms per the health department's guidelines and testing criteria. They can then answer yes or no to each of these symptoms, which all have corresponding weight values related to severity. When complete, the weights are considered in score calculation, with the score value determining the recommendation output to the user. Temperature monitoring involves the continual measuring of the user's body temperature at their wrist. This can be achieved rather easily with the use of a thermistor and amplifying equipment. As the signal is measured, it is consistently conditioned, and if the maximum value exceeds the fever threshold, then a COVID-19 test is recommended. Data transmission thus allows for all information to be continually supplied to medical services to preempt outbreaks. This also allows for the system to be updated with new health advice and information. It is recommended that further development upon this device explores the use of electrocardiogram, or blood oxygen monitoring, to allow for more seamless identification of symptoms. Furthermore, with the ability to be tailored to the individual patient, the watch could be adopted to monitor and diagnose other medical conditions. Simply, its potential is its most promising feature. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to our presentation.
The next one in the students category is identifying potential clusters for COVID-19 vaccination in the United States using county level data.
Meet Cran, a team of data science students from RMIT University. We love to solve challenges that contribute for betterment of the society. Now, we are working on a solution that may help public health officials and epidemiologists in their effort to combat COVID-19 virus spread. COVID-19 has adversely impacted millions of people around the world. As of September 2020, the disease has infected around 32.7 million people, including 6.7 million in the United States, which is currently the highest number in the world. As a response to this pandemic, currently in the United States, at least 3 companies have advanced to late-stage testing for potential COVID-19 vaccines. Most experts think that there is a likelihood that COVID-19 vaccines will have limited supply initially. Government agencies, including public health officials, need to answer some critical questions, such as who will get the vaccine first and why. In the reference to 2009 H1N1 pandemic, WHO issued recommendation on vaccination priority of the target groups. However, there is still a question on which local area within a country should be considered having higher priority. One possible approach is to follow a proposed novel framework in which clusters of local area are identified based on their epidemiological characteristics. Data of these clusters are then made as an input to an infectious disease model to observe the dynamics of overall cases if people within these clusters are vaccinated. Finally, after iterating multiple combinations of clusters, it can be determined which vaccinated clusters would give the most desirable output. As a case study, CRAN selected United States, where there are more than 3,000 counties. Using agglomerative hierarchical clustering technique, it groups together the counties based on active cases per 1,000 people, population density, and 14 days average of new cases. The identified clusters are then simulated using SR epidemiological model, which is considered having reasonable predictive power for infectious disease that transmit between humans. The S, I, and R are calculated using ODE, taking the number of population and epidemiological parameters as the input. To model the vaccine intervention, the formula was slightly modified to include vaccination-related parameters. Given the novelty of this framework, is there a way to measure its performance in comparison with the currently used technique prior to vaccine deployment? In the future, there are opportunities for further improvements such as dataset enrichment to include non-vaccine mitigation measures, adoption of epidemiological model that has better performance for COVID-19 pandemic, and customization of application for use by other countries.
Really interesting videos from the students in the students category. The next one we have from YP. So the first prize from young professionals category was on RoboMask. The next one in the young professionals category is personalized real-time meditation assistant.
I'm Sampras, and I will be presenting an idea for a personalized real-time meditation assistant. As we all know, the COVID pandemic has caused substantial increase in stress and depression all around. A major driver of this is uncontrolled negative thoughts, which stem from increased activity in an interconnected set of brain regions, called the default mode network. Unfortunately, stress not only affects the brain, but also the body over time. It affects 1 in 5 Australians every year and is a huge financial burden. But luckily, it is possible to fight stress and depression through self-altering our brain activity by meditation. Meditation is all about trying to minimize the time spent letting our minds wander and trying to become aware and shift our focus to the breath or present moment sensations. This practice over time can provide us with greater control over the default mode network and hence our thoughts. But meditation is challenging, especially for beginners because the mind tends to get stuck in this wandering phase, leading to negativity and stress. Hence, practice required to shift attention at will takes longer and gets harder, driving many away. Although we have guided meditation apps that can provide periodic reminders to step out of mind wandering, this is essentially a one-size-fits-all approach, since the reminders may not always catch the mind wandering. As a result, it can get frustrating when a lot of your session is actually spent in mind wandering. To make this practice more personalized and hence efficient, I propose an automated system that can detect whenever the mind wanders and immediately intimate the user, enabling them to shift their focus. This would substantially minimize the time spent running wild with thoughts. I propose to implement this by acquiring brain signals from a wearable headset and processing it remotely to obtain brain activity measures corresponding to the default mode network, as detailed in this proposal section. Now, as soon as the mind wandering is detected, a trigger would be sent from the remote system wirelessly to an app in the user's mobile, which will in turn intimate the user by audio. So far, I have developed a brief working prototype of the processing and intimation unit on LabVIEW. In summary, this meditation assistant is inspired by the saying, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Just like how physical exercise gets easier with a trainer showing us the correct movements, the exercise of meditation too can get easier if an assistant intimates us every time our mind wanders away, eventually helping more people emerge victorious over anxiety and depression. Thank you.
So the next one, the next category that we have is from early career researchers. And the first one that we have there is artificial neural network and least squares regression based electronic nose system using MOX gas sensor.
My name is Abu and I am an assistant professor in South Korea. I have also worked as a research engineer at the University of Melbourne. I am presenting my work on the development of an intelligent IEEE-based electronic nose system using metal oxide semiconductor gas sensor array and machine learning techniques. In the wake of the rapid industrial revolution, the concern for environmental safety with the inevitable production of toxic and inflammable pollutants has also been exalted. Herein, a study on the development of an e-nose is presented for the identification and quantification of two hazardous gases, methane and carbon monoxide. The major challenges faced in the development of the machine learning-based electronic nose are cross-sensitivity, temperature and humidity effect, and aging of MOS sensors, which result in scarce reproducibility. These adversities were catered by developing a pattern recognition-based artificial neural network for binary classification of gases in the pure form. The acquired data was pre-processed and normalized initially before sending input to a 3-layer feed-forward neural network. The qualitative evaluation using this neural network resulted in 98.7% gas identification accuracy at epoch 54 with a reasonably low mean square error of 0.09. The concentration of the identified gas was then calculated using the Liebenberg-Marquardt algorithm for least squares regression, which exhibited higher adaptiveness than the conventional linear, logarithmic, or polynomial estimators. The subsequent regressor estimated gas amounts of methane and carbon monoxide with 94.4 and 95.5% minimum accuracies, respectively. The trained models of neural network and least squares regression can be imported for wireless monitoring of the environment in the coal mines, hospitals, food storage, and industries as a reliable safety measure.
The next one.
Hello, welcome to our presentation.
The next one is in ECR category is human-device interaction behaviors
Hi
in
everyone.
collectives.
This is Amna Bittul. Today in this presentation, I'm going to explain you my research area, which is about human-device interaction behaviors in IoT collectives. Let's suppose we have multiple homes where the multiple family members are residing. These family members have admitted their seniors in an aged care center where they think that these aged care centers can provide a good health care to these seniors. Now, these family members want to interact with these seniors instead of visiting these aged care centers every day. What they need to do is the family members have to use their mobile devices and send a request to the multiple smart robots that are placed in an aged care center with some other sensors and actuators. The family members will send a request using their mobile device to these robots to monitor their seniors in an aged care center. Monitor their senior means to take their photo, to ask their daily routine questions, and let the users, let the family know if they are in good care. Now, the robots will track these seniors and will store the data on the server that is retrievable back to the family members using, again, the mobile devices. We also have some carer staff members in an aged care centers that also want to interact with these robots so that they can help them in their daily or work activities. Now, we have robot family interaction, as you can see, because the family is sending a request to the robot so that they can monitor their seniors. And we also have the robot senior interaction, of course, and as well we have the robot carer interaction. So we have multiple interactions between the multiple users and the multiple smart devices. Now, during this interaction, it is really very important to take control over the interaction behaviors. The first interaction behaviors is decision-making transparency, in which the smart internet-connected robots or the IoT devices must take decision appropriately. What if these robots are receiving multiple requests from the family members to track their seniors? Then these robots should take a decision on which senior they are going to monitor at first. Similarly, handling uncertainty is a second interaction behavior, in which if there is any failure during accomplishment of these requests, then these robots have to be very careful in that. They should tackle that task failure and report back to the family timely. And the appropriate behavior means that these smart internet connected robots should be very careful. They should behave appropriately. They should follow the consensus seeking process. Before taking any action, they should seek an approval from the seniors. If they allow them to monitor them, then only these robots should monitor them. So in this case, we have the multiple users that are creating the multiple interactions with the multiple devices in IoT collectives. IoT collectives, we have multiple smart devices, we have multiple users. So in this research area, we are targeting some interaction behaviors during the multi-user, multi-device interaction. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mehrnaz, for kindly announcing the awards. And thank you, Priya, for helping through the announcements. I'll tell about the Priya a little later. And yeah, congratulations to all the winners. We know that it wasn't easy to be productive and to work during this pandemic crisis. And you have done a relatively great job, and you have been here submitting for the events, and especially this is a maiden event and you have showed interest to do that. We really appreciate your interest and congratulations. Also to all the other participants, please do not get disheartened by this. You have also done great job, and it was really hard for us to actually select the winners. We had three amazing team of three reviewers first, and Venal, Robert Slavero, and Satar Saifullahi, who actually reviewed these posters. And then there was tie breaking, and then we actually had to call in Mehrnaz again to do that. So yeah, you did really a great job, and we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors too. So that gets us to the end of the announcement of the awards. You will get an email about the details of the awards little later. We will email you about how you will receive the certificates. Yeah, all the participants will get the certificates, and the winners will get the award vouchers. And without any delay, let me hand over the session to Satar to give a brief report on events organized by Computational Intelligence Society and on panel discussion. The screen is all yours, Satar.
Thank you, Noor. First of all, I would like to thank you, all the participants, attendees, for your great support during this 10 weeks of this symposium. Without this week, we got a very good achievement, and in this pandemic time, we had very good speakers, and without your support, feedback, and questions, it wouldn't happen. And thank you so much. And second, I just want to go just very brief, and I don't want to take much of your time. And the second, I would like to thank all our speakers. We had 5 industry talks from IEEE Victorian CIS. So this symposium is organized by IEEE Victorian section with involvement of 3 units, as mentioned before by Fatima and Noor. So IEEE Victorian section, Computational Intelligence Society chapter, and IoT community, and also Melbourne University student branch. So as IEEE Victorian Computational Intelligence Society, we had 5 industry talks here. So 4 of them in almost in IoT areas, and 1 in robotics, from 5 different industries, from Amazon, from Microsoft, and Exaptech. It is a Australian robotic company, and Geovan, it is IoT community again, and IoT industry, and also Wirepass is another IoT industry. We had also 7 academic talks from mostly in IoT related areas, and also artificial intelligence in IoT, of course, some of them. And among those 7 talks, so we had 3 talks from University of Melbourne, and we had 1 talk from Sydney Macquarie University in cyber, physical, and IoT as well. We had 1 talk from CQ University, 1 from Federation University, and also we had 1 from MIT US. So very great talks in IoT. Total 12 talks we had in IoT, of course 11 in IoT and 1 in robotics, Australian robotics. And finally, I would like to thank all organizing teams, especially in this pandemic time. They put lots of efforts and lots of great job they did. In particular, I would like to thank most of our actually organizers from all from women's, and I would like to thank you, Mehrnaz Shoustarian, IEEE Victorian, IEEE Victorian section chair, for a great job. Noor, Shaik, University Melbourne student branch, also from the beginning of this time. She did lots of great support for us. Fatima Jalali, IEEE Victorian section, industry coordinator also from IEEE Victorian Computational Intelligence Society, and Priya Rani, chair of the IoT community. And it was a great pleasure to work and with you all during this pandemic time and for last 10 weeks. And just thank you so much all. And I just finished my talk, and keep safe. And just I will give it talk to, I think Priya is going to talk from IoT community. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Noor.
Thanks, Satar. Thank you so much. Yeah, Satar was the CIS community chair, and he's working as a researcher at RMIT at the moment. My apologies that I forgot to introduce that in the start. Please accept my apologies. Yeah, so it was nice to have CIS talks organized all the way from the Australia, and we had few international speakers also. So that was amazing, and I hope you all enjoyed the talks. Now, I would ask Priya to give a small report on IoT community talks and a bit on the registrations as well. She is one of the organizing co-chairs at the symposium, and she's also academic researcher and casual tutor at RMIT. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Noor. Thank you, Satar. Good evening, everyone. I would first like to start by sharing with great pleasure that the number of registrants for the symposium were close to 450, which included people not only from Victoria or from Australia, but also from other parts of the world. We had great turnouts at each of our talks and workshops, and the audience showed great enthusiasm by asking really interesting questions. So a big thank you to each and every one of you for giving your time in attending the events of the symposium. Speaking about IoT community, it has been part of the Victorian section only from mid-2020, and we are proud that we started off great by organizing a total of 12 talks in this symposium by speakers from industry and academia both, who gave us detailed insights into the basics of IoT, up to the applications and also its current challenges. We look forward to growing the community by organizing more interesting activities for all of its members in the years to come. Please visit the Victorian section website if you're interested in joining the community or learning more about its activities. Last but not the least, I would like to acknowledge the contribution of all the organizers and everyone in the Victorian section who extended their support directly or indirectly towards making the symposium a success. We enjoyed organizing this symposium, which also facilitated us in learning a lot about data analytics and IoT. And I hope it was a pleasurable and learning experience for all of the attendees too. Thank you.
Thanks, Priya. Thank you so much. It was amazing to have you on board for the symposium, and thanks for all the talks that you have organized. IoT community has actually proved how wonderful we have local speakers within the Victorian section. And then now we'll have a brief report on the workshop, data analytics workshop that's being organized within the symposium. We have Nand Kishore, who is the workshop chair for the symposium. For a bit of introduction, yeah, I should proudly say that, yeah, we have volunteer like Nand Kishore from University of Melbourne who did that. If we do not have strong home support or UniMelb team support, it wouldn't be easy for the UniMelb team to come and to be a part of organizing committee. So yeah, thank you so much. And Nand Kishore is an academic researcher at University of Melbourne. Over to you, Nand Kishore. I think you're on mute.
Which is probably the most frequent word we have heard in 2020. Thanks, Noor. So we had the data analytics workshop spread over 4 sessions, which we started with basic introduction to Python, then a bit of relatively speaking, so a bit of advanced analysis and some time series analysis. And we had some HackerRank related solving challenges within the class sessions. And then we had a overall data analytics challenge as well at the end of 4 sessions, for which we received quite a bit of interest. So, and in continuation with the session, we had a optional sort of data analytics session focused on the bioinformatics application, which was concluded yesterday. So it was just a overall idea. It was just a sort of, the idea was to just give a brief introduction into the world of data analytics and basics of machine learning, so that if you want to go further, then you and apply it to some of your own problems in different fields, be it whatever field, from engineering to sciences, then you have sort of, of the tools that are available, and you have the idea to explore. So I would like to thank the organizers at the ISDAIOT Symposium for giving us this wonderful platform. It was a very smooth event without any hiccups. Um, it takes a lot of effort, especially in these times with the uncertainty that we are coping with, to organize such an event for such a long term without any major hiccups. So kudos to all our main organizers, uh, and also for putting up with our efforts. Also, I'd like to thank the student grant support at the Melbourne University, who supported us for this event. Yeah, and congratulations to all the participants and the winners, and everyone who participated in the competition. Thank you so much, Noor. Over to you.
Thanks, Nandikishore. Thank you so much. It has been an honor to have you all here. And yep, so we have a little bit of change in the ceremony structure. Usually we would have a networking and then vote of thanks, but just to accommodate all the organizers and invited guest Mehrnaz, we'll have the vote of thanks first. And then after that, we will leave the session. We'll add all the attendees into the panel, and we could have a networking session there. Hope you understand. And yes, I'm going to talk a bit slow from here for the next 10 minutes. So first, the symposium that you have seen, it had started like 2.5 months before, or it was publicly visible for 2.5 months before. Originally, the symposium or the efforts have started 3 months before, and which is like a one whole semester long effort for us. I'm a student, so I would look in the terms of student. So yes, it was almost like a course, at least for me and for other organizers, how to build up on a complete virtual event, where we had like almost closer to 500 attendees, and then we had sessions close to 35. It is not actually easy to have it, to organize such event without a wonderful team, of course, and without audience as well. So I'll start firstly by thanking IEEE for giving us the registration to enroll this as a symposium, for keeping faith in this maiden team and giving us an opportunity, and giving us this website where everything was there. That was the one-stop platform that we have been using to showcase or to talk about the symposium. And thanks also to the audience who have been there, or who have been sticking with us all through, right from the start to the last. And most importantly, we should thank the financial sponsors without whom this event wouldn't have happened. IEEE Victorian section, who is our major financial sponsor for this symposium. And we would the awards that you're going to get are by IEEE Victorian section. So thank you, Mehrnaz, for giving us the funds and for allowing us to have such a beautiful event. And thanks to Student Engagement Grant at University of Melbourne as well, who have supported the data analytics workshop, and which was actually an advanced version of Unlock Extreme event, which we organized earlier. So thank you so much for that as well. And most importantly, this event wouldn't have happened also if we do not have the speakers who were willing to voluntarily speak or deliver, exchange the knowledge with all the attendees. So thanks to all the speakers who were there in the fields of Internet of Things, data analytics, and broader areas, who were there joining us every day. We had no single cancellation of the talk, which is amazing on their side. And we wholeheartedly and deeply respect and extend our gratitude to them for that. And also, I would thank the review panel once again, which is M. Binal, Robert Sleviero, and Sattar Saifullahi, who have taken time out of their busy schedules and have reviewed our posters. And thank you, Mehrnaz, for the final call on the posters. Thanks again to Sattar from the chair of Computational Intelligence Society for coordinating with the talks, and Fatima had even bringing the speakers for the CIS, so thank you there for that. And thank you, Priya, for having wonderful talks. I would like to share a bit of small story here. Like Priya originally had a plan to have a IoT community tutorial series, and she had plans for that from March. And Satar and I, we were working for the data analytics workshop on the other side, and we were planning it for a couple of months before the symposium, or for just 1 month. So yeah, those were two parallel events, and Priya's event was almost public out, and they were yet to release. But then when we understood that they were two parallel events on the same field, we just talked about it. And especially to the IoT community, I should thank them especially for being so kind, and especially it was on board, it was on public platform on Eventbrite pages, but still they compromised and they came ahead, and they have agreed to merge with this event, and that's how the symposium happened. Otherwise it wouldn't have been possible to have this bigger. So thank you, Priya, and the entire IoT community team, Biplab, Varun, and Nahina, for being there and for being cooperative about that. And I should not also forget that Satar has been organizing this event for a couple of years before this, but he was fine to give it into the hands of young generation like us, and he never had a problem with how we were doing, or it was totally a new style, and he never complained about that. Thank you so much, Sata, for being kind there, and for allowing us to do the way it is, and for keeping faith in us. Thank you so much. I hope we did justice to CIS IoT colloquium, which was happening earlier. And hope, yeah, you also found this event to be as good as IoT tutorial series which you would have organized. And also I should thank Nandikishore, Saurav, and also Sanjay, who were the workshop team from the University of Melbourne. As I told you before, if I do not have a proper team at my side, it wouldn't be easy to come or to do events here. So basically they were handling all my tantrums, and they were taking everything, and they were there through all the times to support. So thank you so much, guys, for being a wonderful team. I should also not forget to thank my committee, which is Sina Mansoor, Amir Saberi, and Kevin, and Sadek. Thank you so much for handling that events beyond at University of Melbourne student branch, while I'm here working for the organizing committee. Also, you should know that there are events which were running for 2 hours long, and there are like especially the workshop sessions which were for 2 hours long, and which was course intensive. And there were sessions which were speaking about the company innovations, and there were sessions which were discussing professional networking. We had different speakers, and there were panel discussions, especially from seniors. Like we had panel of Malka, Wafa Sham, Sam Mukhtari, and Biplab, and which was chaired by Ali Reza, who were offering us the knowledge of IoT. We also had a younger panel by Jared, Sunny, Ali, and Jackson, which was again chaired by Ifra. So there were 2 panel discussions, one by the younger generation, one by the elder generation, just so that we accommodate all the interests. And I hope you guys enjoyed those events, and I hope there was a diversity to accommodate. And yeah, let me talk about my committee now. It's a high time. So firstly, I should thank Mehrnaz, the general chair of the symposium, and also the section who have provided the support for the symposium. It is not obviously easy to organize an event like this big for 2.5 months if we do not have a support. And there were places where even we tipped, and there was section who actually, when we fell down, pulled us up and put a torchlight and showed us, see, this is the way. Thanks to the people who helped us there. And I should say, Mehrnaz, she's an amazing lady who I literally felt that she was holding our hands and walking us through the forest or through the dark when things get tough. So thank you, Mehrnaz, for helping us all through that. And I should thank Fatima, Priya, who are the talk hosts. As you see the event, you first see the hosts introducing the speakers and the speakers giving the knowledge, and then the host would engage and give you the question and answer sessions. If we do not have a great host, the event wouldn't be of that higher standard. So thank you guys for doing an amazing job on screen. We appreciate what you have done, and we really are indebted for that on screen presence. It's not really easy. What we do background is not just the same as what we do on screen. You have to be always attentive. And also, Satar, a very great thanks to you for the panel discussion, the bringing all the speakers together and organizing the questions and placing everything in series wouldn't have been easier if it is not for the Satar. So thank you. And most importantly, Zoom. Without the Zoom renewal, we wouldn't have had the events happening. So yes, thanks so much for Biplab and Priya for renewing this Zoom throughout the symposium. And we had that one single Zoom link which was running all the events. So thank you so much for that. And also, I would not forget to thank Varun, who actually created the Eventbrite pages right in the start, although we didn't end up using it as we got the symposium website, but still the effort should be acknowledged. Thank you, Varun, for handling it as a registration co-chair. And Aris and Ifra, who were the guest moderators for the events for one event each. Thank you guys for being there. And lastly, Victor and Amna, who are working on the post-symposium event management. Thank you both. Victor is from University of Melbourne and Amna is from Deakin University, who are volunteering for that. So as I come to the conclusion of the long list of thanks, I should not forget to mention how registrations and promotions were brilliantly handled by the Priya. She has been looking into that throughout the symposium, right from the start till the end, for the 3 months. No matter there were exams, there were teaching, there were sessions, whatever, she was promoting it for CIS, for IoT, as well as for UniMel. Thank you, Priya, for that. And I apologize if I forget someone's name. Sincerely, it would have been accident. That's it. Otherwise, we really thank from the bottom of hearts for everyone. And we should also apologize for the attendees if we have spammed their inboxes with lot of regular update emails. My friend was saying that there were like 35 emails incomplete. So we are sorry for all that. Thanks for your patience, for bearing with us through. I hope we did not want you to miss any important event. So we tried our best to have that all. With that, I am signing it off. Thank you so much, everyone. And if someone from the organizing committee has something to say, yes. Otherwise, I would just add all the participants who would continue to stay into the panel so that they can just network with each other and they can say about the awards or whatever they have felt about the symposium.
Noor, do you need to change the attendee status? So, or can
I would just add them here. Yeah, please go ahead, talk, Mehrnaz. I would be, if you want to talk, if once you talk, after that, I will just add them everyone here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. It was just to ask whether you need to add them so they can talk.
So yeah, I'll add them. So I'll add them. So we have Champ and we also have Malka and who are the speakers at the event. We have Bala and N from the section. So I would start from them. I would be adding them. Please feel free to turn on your video, and if you like to talk, you can talk. And otherwise, this session is, the closing ceremony is officially over, but the networking session will still be there for as long as you like to stay. Yep. So we have Ishaq, who is from Sudan, all joining us all the way. Congratulations, Ishaq for winning on the RoboMask. And we have Jared from Data Analytics Workshop winner. And Malka, Champ, if you like to turn on your audios or videos, please feel free to do so.
Thank you, all organizers. It's quite amazing work. I can understand how much effort you put on this, and it's quite amazing. And it went extremely well. I'm very happy for you guys, and hopefully you will do similar type of thing next year as well. That's all I have to tell. And it's very hard work. I can see. So and patient. I don't know. I do not have that much patience to organize this sort of thing. So I can understand all your effort. It's quite amazing. And especially you get more ECR, early career researchers. You gave the opportunity for them. So it's a quite amazing thing. Thank you so much for organizing this, and it's really good. Looking forward to see you guys next year also. Hopefully you will do this sort of things, especially for this. Very useful for students and especially for early career researchers. Thank you.
Thanks, Malka.
No worries.
Thank you, Malka. It was a pleasure having you as a speaker and as a panelist. Hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, certainly. I'm happy to help you and give me maybe some ideas to expand this one. Maybe next year we can talk. Yeah,
Yes, certainly. Thank you.
no worries. See you all.
Yeah. Thank for the organizers. It's a real pleasure having it in this COVID kind of era, COVID era, and have using all Zooms. And it was not easy task of organizing such a long. And I think it really makes the, kind of the main kind of event for the whole of, IEEE Victorian section and Tasmania section. So it will be my pleasure to thank for all the organizers giving me the opportunity to talk to the audiences and give my knowledge. I hope to see everyone next year as well. I think, thanks again.
Thanks, Champ. We should be thanking you actually for helping us throughout the symposium with the e-notices. And there were instances where you actually checked with us as well. Thank you so much for that. We are grateful to you. You and Priya had been promoting it so well. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Champ. It wouldn't have been possible. You really had patience through, 10 weeks of time of putting the thing on in the e-notice every week. So thanks to you.
Yeah. So if someone wants to say anything, please raise your hand. Otherwise, maybe we'll end the session otherwise, if everyone is fine with it.
Yourself and you can talk.
Me?
No, I mean, I'm talking about others who are on mute.
Yeah.
They can unmute
Yeah,
themselves.
please unmute yourself. So it all started as a small story with Satar, Fatima, I, and Kishore had a meeting, and on this side, and Priya, Biplab, and Varun were doing it parallelly on the other side. Finally, it merged into one event. So yeah, it wasn't easy. And after that, as well, everyone was doing whatever the best they can do. Satar was doing he was taking care of the posters and along with the panel discussion. So thanks to Satar for that. Fatima was actually looking into the speakers throughout the symposium. Thanks, Fatima, for that. Kishore was looking into the workshop. I should thank him for that. We really, they were having, literally, it wasn't easy to develop the content and share with everyone. So thanks, Kishore. Thanks for keeping faith on this. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Professor Bala, for being there.
Thank you, Noor. And yeah, you also did very good job. From the beginning, whenever we had some kind of technical issues, even in our talk, and you fixed it very quickly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
that's my job. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great job. And that this is also, I can call this is a symposium of organized by women.
Thank you so much for recognizing that.
That is something, that is something good happening in these days, and we value actually Australia, and this is some kind of also Australian values we have that try to make some kind of gender equality balance. And we had also good talks from I think from Malcolm and from some other ladies.
Shama was there, yes.
Yeah, Nishi and some other also, one also from Deakin University.
Nikki Rosu.
IoT community. I think it's Islam, yeah.
Yeah, Shama Islam, Nikki Rosu.
Yeah, very good talk.
Meena Jha from Sydney.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all very good signs in this symposium we had, and hopefully we see even more and more next year for hopefully,
yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
No, it was a real pleasure organizing this symposium, definitely. And it was fun working with everyone.
Yeah. hopefully there are a lot of lessons learned, there are good things, and we are going to take them, and we are leaving everything here, and we'll take all the good things ahead. And yeah, let's work. Let's start 2021 with more new events and more enthusiasm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bala, for joining us today. And for the other, all the other talks that you joined, and for your support that you were extending even before the symposium began. I remember exchanging emails with you in, I think, May or June, and your words really helped us, get us through the symposium till the end. So thank you very much.
I should also thank N. Probably N is not here, but yeah, he had been the consistent at it right from the start till the last. So yeah, thanks to N for that as well. So all right, shall we close the session, or Kishore, Fatima, do you want to talk something?
No, I think thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Something different from thanks. We have been thanking each other for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, nothing.
All good.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
No, special thanks to Noor for tolerating me for 4 or 5 months. 5 months.
No. It was pleasure to know you. It was real pleasure. Yeah, it was really a pleasure to work with everyone. It's just we learned a lot of stuff, how to do the things, how to organize and stuff. There was exchange of information, and yeah, it was productive. So it's all good. So all right, I think then we'll end the session today. So officially we'll be closing this thing. So we were running on one single Zoom meeting link till now. I can still tell you the number also, 9712533765. We were so used to using that link wherever we are. We were just looking into the phone, and we were logging in from our phone or from our laptop, and we were and that's a proud thing to just have everything organized under just one meeting link, except just we missed for one session because of the license issue, but otherwise everything went on this one. So
thank you.
All right then, I'll happy Christmas.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
See you.